G'day and welcome to Time Out, your live daily huddle with Tristan White. I am Tristan White. Today is Thursday, the 28th of May, and I'm really pleased to be here with you. So, where are you today? I'd love it if you're tuning in, wherever you might be. Give us a thumbs up, type in the comments where you're tuning in from. I'm in Foster, home office in Foster, where I've been for a few months now as we're getting through this COVID-19 season. But if you're here, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from and what you've been working on today if you're willing to share. Time Out is a live daily huddle for us leaders who are doing our very best to lead ourselves, lead our teams, and make some progress in the world. My name is Tristan White. I am the founder and CEO of the Physio Co. I'm also the host of this online community called the Culture is Everything Crew. And you guys are here. If you're here, Kira's here from Canberra. Nice to have you here, Kira. I know Carmel from Perth is an apology today. I know we've got a few of the crew who are coming and a few who can't make it today. But wherever you're watching from, great to have you here. Ives is here as well. Nice to have you with us, Ives from Sydney. So, in this Time Out Live Daily Huddle, like every huddle, we're going to go through the three things. What's going on, where we share our top three priorities, top 1, 2, 3 priorities for what we're working on today, which is going to help us work on our business and make progress towards bringing our future to life, our vision to life in a brighter, bigger, stronger way. We're going to go through where you're stuck, anything that's getting in the way, that's challenging you, that's stopping you from making progress. And lastly, as always, we share a good news story. A good news story through the lens of a core value being a bit like a rule, but more like a guiding principle for teams, the teams that we do lead. So, question, how'd you go yesterday? Of the 3 priorities you shared, Kira, you were here, you shared your priorities. How'd you go? Ives, you've been having a great run of getting some priorities done. How did you go in the last 24 hours? I'd love to know how you've gone. Let me reach my notebook. I had a killer day yesterday, the last 24 hours. I was inspired by you, I reckon. 5 out of 5 priorities I knocked off in the last 24 hours. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Really feels great to make some momentum and get some important stuff done. How'd you guys go? All right. I am going to hit start on the counter in just a tick. It seems like I'm not going to, here we go. Kira's got her priorities already ready to go. So in that case, you're ahead of me, Kira. I better get going. 2 out of 3, busy day, says Ives already. In the top of the screen, we have a timer. We've got 12 minutes to get through our Time Out Live Daily Huddle. So let me get started on that one and away we go. Welcome to Time Out, your Live Daily Huddle. The very first thing we always work through is what's going on, your top 3 priorities for today. So I'm going to put Kira's on screen for a second and let's have a quick squeeze at those. So Kira's priorities are progress on kids hydrotherapy manual, get equipment organised for first day back at gradual return to hydro, follow up on tasks from Zoom management meeting today, and run hill reps. I like it, Kira. Not only the work priorities, but also the personal priorities. Run some hill reps, get outside and do some exercise. I love it. Kira, thanks for sharing. My priorities for today, the 3 I'm going to share are for you guys, for the Culture is Everything crew, because I'm on leave from the Physio Co. So I'm not going to share my Physio Co priorities today, but top 3. 1, to have some calls with some emerging leaders, some members of this Culture is Everything crew, or potentially future members of the Culture is Everything crew, about their experience of learning to be a better leader. And so I can understand what's worked well for them as they've gone from technician to team leader and working towards becoming a leader, an inspiring leader that's got more time and space in their life. I've done 3 of these calls today and really loved each and every one of them and getting some more insight and information as to what worked, what doesn't work, and how we can build this Culture is Everything Club, a safe online space for leaders to be both held to account, but to be supported to make that progression as well. Because I reckon if we can help more leaders become more capable and create more skill and create more time and space in their lives, then we can create more great places to work. And I believe the world needs more great places to work. So that's the priority there. Second priority is I need to do a podcast recording for the Think Big, Act Small podcast with a member of the Culture is Everything crew again. Again, this season, we're digging deep into both experienced leaders and people that are learning and growing as they go as part of this Culture is Everything crew. And Kira Rankin from Canberra, member of the Culture is Everything crew, we've done the interview this morning, had a great chat with Kira, looking forward to reviewing that and getting it up in the not too distant future. And thirdly, also related to the Think Big Act Small podcast is I have to review, edit, and then hit publish on today's episode of the Think Big Act Small podcast, which is with Ives. Ives, it's with you, and I've done it. That priority is complete. You can listen to episode 53 of the Think Big Act Small podcast from today, featuring Ives, who's on a journey to learn, grow, and become a better leader. Lots of learnings in there. And by the way, you probably wouldn't notice it, but I actually do say episode 54 in the introduction when it's definitely episode 53. So I sort of mucked that up. Apologies there. No one will ever know. We should just move on. Alrighty, so they're my priorities for today. What are you doing? What are you working on? Would love to know what's happening in your life. And I can see that Ives has got him here, so let's check him out. Ives says, today, celebrate Mum's birthday. Excellent, Ives. Very important to celebrate milestones in our lives. Update networking spreadsheet and priorities for Friday's one-to-ones with the team, I reckon. Ives, excellent. Thanks for sharing. Good luck. I hope you can smack them out of the park today, so to speak. Now, two priorities for personal priorities, and that is that one with this month with our kids, we've been riding from one end of a rail trail to the other end of a rail trail in segment by segment throughout the whole month. We've only got 2 segments to go. We must have done about 60 something Ks in small little bursts, and we've got an 8K stretch to do this afternoon. So I'll be on my bike having a ride with a couple of our with the girls who are the bigger kids in our family, and we're riding from where are we riding today? From Meenian to Coonwarra, 2 little towns not too far away. So that is the first priority, and secondly is again with the kids. I promised that this month we would watch the Steph Curry basketball masterclasses on the app Masterclass to learn the skills of dribbling and shooting there. Our kids are keen basketballers. I sort of like basketball as well, so it works out all right. But I need to watch a couple of those masterclasses with Steph Curry this afternoon or tonight. So that's it. They are my 3 Cultures Everything priorities and 2 personal priorities. Ives, thanks for sharing. Good luck with yours. Kira, thanks for sharing. Good luck with yours as well. If you're watching live, I would love for you. I'd love for you guys to make sure you've got a list of 1, 2, 3 priorities that you're going to work on today, and not just to get the usual stuff done, but to help you make just a little bit of progress to improve things just a little bit. Is a really important idea that this is about. So 1, 2, 3 priorities, write them down, make them priority, and then work through them over the next 24 hours. You'd be amazed at what you can get done if you just work on some small things that are important to make progress every day of the week. All right, that is what's going on. The first part of Time Out Live Daily Huddle. The next one is where you're stuck. Now, where you're stuck is an idea to firstly identify, probably write it down, and then if you're working with your team, to share it with your team so that together you can work through the challenge. Here where it's time out, if I'm stuck on something, I share it with you guys and hopefully you can help me to solve it. And secondly, if you've got a challenge or a problem that's in your way, feel free to share it with us and we can try to solve it for you. Yesterday, Kira shared a where you're stuck with us, and it was about a return to work, getting people back to work. I think it was, Kira. How'd you go? Any luck getting it sorted out? If not, please let us know. We'll do our very best to help you out. Secondly, is that Carmel, a member of our Culture is Everything crew, who is usually here, has left a note for us over on the Facebook page, and she said that she's a bit stuck on whether she needs to do a role play with one of her team members as they try and work with a client. And I think they're trying to work on getting a testimonial or getting a good news story from the client. And so the where he is stuck is, should she be working through that with the team member? And I reckon the answer is yes. I reckon if there's a chance that it's not quite going smoothly, or there's a bit of resistance, a bit of friction, I reckon do the role play, do the training. Don't make it too serious, make it a bit fun for a start. People are a bit uncomfortable with role playing for a start, but it does help us get into the swing of things and realize that we are capable of more than maybe what we realize. So think big is the outcome, but act small, and perhaps doing the practice or the role play might be helpful there, Kira. Sorry, not Kira, Carmel. So I reckon that's worthy of giving it a try. If anyone else has worked through that challenge before, feel free, jump in the comments, let us know what's worked, what hasn't worked for you to help out Carmel. That'd be really great. All right, that is where you're stuck. I'm not stuck on anything today. I'm making some progress. How about you? Are you stuck? Anything's on your mind? Feel free to drop it in the comments if need be. If not, we will move on to the very last part of a Timeout Live Daily Huddle, which is a good news story told through the lens of a core value. Now, excuse me, as I put my notes, I'm going to share a core value story today, and it's one from very close to home, and that's from our little family. And we don't have core values in our family. We've got something called core promises that we've been working towards. And one of those core promises is to be a caring leader and a trustworthy follower. And as a family, it's important for us parents to make sure we are being caring leaders and also that we are following and being trustworthy in what we said we will do. And so that's the concept for the parents, but also it applies with the kids as well. And so the person who's lived our value in our little family of being a caring leader and a trustworthy follower is one of our kids, Alex. And every week we have a little family meeting, a little meeting where we come together, we share some good news stories, we let each other know what's working, what's not working, and what's coming up, and we just try and make sure we're connecting and sharing things as a family so we're on the same page. And that little meeting has got a few little things we try and cover, dare I say an agenda. And it used to be ran by KW and I used to have to lead us through it. But our eldest daughter, Alex, has slowly but surely taken responsibility for leading this little meeting. And she's only 9, but mostly this meeting is led by Alex, who leads us through the agenda, make sure we're prepared and make sure we know what the actions are or what is coming up. And so for really owning that responsibility by being a caring leader, but also a trustworthy follower of learning how to do it, Alex is nominated for living that core promise of being a caring leader and a trustworthy follower. So nice work, little AW. Alrighty, that's it. They're the 3 parts of Timeout Live Daily Huddle for Thursday, May the 28th. Thanks for being here. If you've been live, I love it. Thanks for being here. Come back again tomorrow, same time, same place. If you're watching the replay, thanks for being here. It's equally as important to be on the replay. Please feel free to jump in the comments, share what you're working on, share where you're stuck. Let me know if there's a core value story you'd like me to mention or share here on the Timeout Daily Huddle to share and acknowledge and to praise. I'd love to hear those stories. In the meantime, I reckon we should wrap this up and we should move on to getting stuck into those priorities that we're working on. Thanks for being here. Please, if you can think of someone that Timeout might help, then please share this publicly or privately. I'd really appreciate your help. And don't forget to check out episode 53 on the Think Big, Act Small podcast featuring Culture is Everything crew member Ive Silvera. For the time being, have a great day.